Alright, so I got my campfire started, or my little cook fire going, and I also got my beans crushed and in there. And as soon as I get a good amount of hot coals going, I'm going to go ahead and set it up. I got 2 logs over here that I'm going to use for support for the actual boil. So as you can see here, I got the fire going. I got a real nice hot fire on it this time. I didn't fill it up all the way too to kind of help expedient my cooking process, but yeah, it's starting to get warm. This thing's only been on the fire for like not even 30 seconds. So all right, and we'll check back on it in just a little bit. Okay, so it's starting to get to the point now where I can barely even touch the water on the inside. It's getting nice and warm, which is good. The only bad part is that most of my firewood that I picked up is really dry. It's probably been sitting around on the ground for quite a while, and it's burning up quite quickly. And this wind isn't really helping either. But you can see here in the top, I'm starting to get a little bit of bubbling going, which is good. It's it's starting to kind of simmer just a little bit, but it's getting close to that point. And then before you know it, we're gonna have a nice boil going. Let that do a nice good rolling boil for about a minute, and we're then just about done. I don't know if you can see it or not though, but we're starting to get some simmering around on the sides, which is good. It's only been about 30 seconds since I last left you, and yeah, it's doing pretty good. So, and she's starting to boil. Look at that, see? But really nice. I'm actually getting real excited. This is going to be my first actual cup of Campaigner coffee I've had since first weekend of October last year. So it's been quite the while. I'm getting real excited for it. My mouth is already starting to water. Alright, so this thing's been boiling for quite a bit. It's looking pretty good. I can barely see any of the beans, so most of them probably have sunk down to the bottom already. And now we're going to go ahead and take this bad boy off the fire. This time then too, while I have it off, it's a good way, a good time to go ahead and readjust your coals and make sure, it gets nice and hot, so then you can bring that thing back to a boil right away. Alright, so I got the coals readjusted and my coffee's been sitting. It's still nice and warm. I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir. And you can see, yeah, it's looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and put it back on the fire. Alright, so it's been about a minute, back on the fire again, and it's already starting to get a nice little bit of a boil to it. I'm going to boil a little bit, maybe about a good 15-30 seconds, and then our coffee should be done. And here is my coffee. Oh, it smells so good. There's nothing like a good cup of coffee cooked over a campfire, in my opinion. Alright, so I've been sitting here for a couple minutes, waiting for my coffee to cool down, and I'm just going to go ahead and give it a first taste. So let's see how it is. Oh, that's good coffee.